Hi everyone, Attorney Rachel Kelly here with another Family Law Friday. This week, I'm talking about stimulus checks. So, stimulus check payments have started to go out and they'll continue to be paid through January 15th. Now, who's getting stimulus checks? Well, individuals earning less than $75,000 a year will receive the full $600. Anyone who filed in 2019 as a head of household earning less than $112,500 will receive them, and married couples filing jointly that earn less than $150,000 will also receive the full amount of $600. Now, you will also be receiving $600 for every dependent that you filed for in 2019 who is currently 17 or younger. So if your child turned 18 in 2020 and you claimed them in 2019, you're not going to receive a stimulus check for that dependent. Okay, so the question is, what if you and your ex filed your taxes together in 2019, then you got divorced in 2020? Okay, so the refund, the stimulus is going to the bank account that you would have sent your income tax return for 2019 into. If that account has closed because it was a joint account, for example, and it closed as part of your divorce, then you'll get a paper check. If that account is still open, but you no longer have access to it, that means that your ex has your stimulus. So, okay, if you received your ex's stimulus, like the money that they should have received because for themselves, you need to give that money to them, obviously. Because if you don't, my suspicion is that this is something that will get resolved with 2020 tax filings or potentially even 2021 tax filings, and there could be potential for penalties in the future. So you just want to kind of handle that now. Now the question is, what do you do about your kids? Okay, so most people who share joint physical custody share claiming their children on their taxes equally. And that should be detailed in your court order. Now, I have had this issue in front of the courts here with the prior stimulus. And so what I have seen courts ordering is that when parties share equal parenting time or joint physical custody where they share the children for purposes of their taxes, the courts have ordered those stimulus checks would be split equally. However, if you have primary physical custody of your kids, then you are likely the person who claims them as dependents, and therefore you are entitled to their stimulus funds. So again, if you received funds that should have been directed to your spouse or your ex and should be shared with your ex, then I'm going to encourage you to appropriately share those funds. Obviously, there are some exceptions here. If your ex would not have qualified for the funds because of their earnings, or again, if it's kind of unclear about which party is supposed to receive the fund, then you don't necessarily have to share the fund. As of right now, is there going to be an IRS penalty? We don't know. I suspect probably yes, at some point in the future, this will get resolved and cleaned up in the IRS code. But when these things happen very quickly, obviously, there's not always a totally clear administrative plan for every, for instance. So takeaways, $600 per person, including kids under the age of 17, and the amount should be shared so that you're receiving your own stimulus, your ex is receiving their own stimulus, and the parents should be either splitting the stimulus funds for their kids if they share joint physical custody and they share the tax exemptions equally, or the parent that has physical custody will receive the stimulus in full. I hope that this answered everyone's questions on this topic. If you're considering a divorce, or if you want to review your situation, give us a call. We're here to help.